So in this video we're going to look at how to find the equation of a line if we know 2 points that the line goes through, and let's say, I don't know, 1, 7 and -3, 5. Okay, so I'm just picking those numbers at random. Maybe we're going to end up with a nasty equation here, maybe we're going to get a nice equation, I don't know. Now my strong advice for you here is, before you do anything else, just make a quick sketch. So 1, 7 would be a point about here, -3, 5, -3 and 5 up, so that'd be a point about here. So that gradient is going to be positive, right? There's x, y. So 1 and 7 up, -3 and 5 up, okay? So 1 and 7, 1 across and 7 up, that would be about here. -3, 5 would be 3 to the left from the origin and 5 up, so that's not as high up as the 7, okay? So all we need to know is that it goes from bottom left to top right. It's going in this direction. So whatever the gradient is positive, okay? Before we do anything else, we're going to make that quick sketch, and we're going to write down that we have a positive gradient. And the reason we're going to do that is because we're going to remember that if we want to find the equation of a line, the equation of a line looks like y equals mx plus c. M is the gradient, c is the y-axis intercept. So I need to find m and I need to find c. Now, how do I find m? Well, I'm going to remember that m, the gradient, is y change divided by x change. And that is sometimes written as delta y divided by delta x. Delta is a Greek letter and it's often used to mean change, and that's a lowercase delta. Sometimes we write it as delta y divided by delta x, and these are uppercase deltas. Either way, change in y divided by change in x. Okay, so I need to find m and I need to find c. How do I find the gradient? Change in y divided by change in x. Well, if I look here, y is 7 here and it's 5 here. Remember, this is x coordinate, y coordinate, x coordinate, y coordinate. So the change in y is a change of 2. So the change in y is 2. The change in x has gone from 1 to -3, so it's a change of 4. Okay? Now, if I remember that my gradient is positive, I don't have to worry about whether this has gone from 7 to 5, whether that's gone down and this one's gone up. I don't have to remember to do this one, take away this one. I just have to do the change in y and the change in x. To find out whether it's positive or negative, I just look at the diagram. You can remember the idea that if you do 7 take away 5 and 1 take away -3, as long as you always start your takeaway with this coordinate and finish it with this coordinate. So 7 take away 5 and 1 take away -3, that would give me 2/4. If I do it the other way around, 5 take away 7 and -3 take away 1 would give me -2 divided by -4, which would come out as a final answer of positive 2/4, okay, because you've got a negative divided by negative that way around. Either way we do it, we end up with a gradient of 1/2. So the gradient equals 1/2, okay? So you can do that by sketching the graph, looking at whether the gradient is positive or negative, or you can do y take away y, x take away x, as long as you remember to start the takeaway and finish the takeaway from the same set of coordinates each time. So start here, finish here, or start here, finish here, as long as you do the same for x's and y's. Either way, we're going to end up with a gradient of 1/2 here. Now, let's stop this. Let's reevaluate this question. What I've just said is that I've got the gradient equals 1/2, and this equation goes through the point. Now, pick either set of coordinates here. I'm going to choose 1, 7. Okay? So I'm now rephrasing this question. I want to know the equation of a line that has this gradient and goes through this point. Now that is something which is an easier question. Now, what's the gradient that goes through this point? What's the equation of the line that has this gradient and goes through this point? We can do that one, and I've done that in a separate video, which you should find in the same playlist as this video. Okay, so how do we find the equation of a line that goes through 2 points? The answer is use the 2 points to find the gradient. Once you found the gradient, you know the gradient and you know a point that the line goes through, and then you use the technique for finding the equation of a line when you know the gradient and you know a point that the line goes through. That technique is dealt with in another video. Just to reiterate, drive the point home, I've chosen 1, 7 there because 1, 7 is a point on the line. There's no reason I've chosen 1, 7 instead of -3, 5. Okay, I need the gradient and a point. I happen to know 2 points that are on this line, so I've picked one of them. Okay, I've not quite picked a random. I've picked the one that feels easier to me. This one's got two positive numbers. This one's got a negative and a positive. So I'd rather work with this one than this one. But mathematically, there's no reason that this one is better than this one. Both of them would work. I've got a gradient and I've got a point, and I can work from there.